transition. All right. Is that music still going? No, my shit worked. Great. Very cool. Hi, everybody. All right, so Gipsy is fundamentally done in terms of all the base, and that means that we got a couple things. The first thing is to get her set up. Get her set up basically to keep her safe, right? So that's one of the things to put it all together. The other thing that I have to do is I have to wait. So there's other things that I want to do. I am waiting on some clear orange, some clear red, and of course I'm going to be attempting to do a little custom LED thing with the I guess turbine is what you would call that, turbine, and of course the visor. So I expect it probably Monday, but it's still going to take some time. I still have to think that through as well, think about how I want to tackle that. This would be the first time I've ever attempting such a thing. So yeah. Hey, hi Sunburnt. This is a battery stream about batteries. Clearly, I do have a changing batteries plate, so if anyone asks some, that's what we're doing. We're changing batteries. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of nice. The worktop surface has changed, as you can see here. Pretty much completely done with painting. So nice clean blank slate with which to do things now. Some stuff I wanted to cover. So last stream we ran into a problem with my gold paint, deciding that it really wanted to just run all over this piece here. And let's see if I can't get it decent for you. There you go. So right up along here, we had a problem right here, actually specifically right here with this gold paint that I have. The gold paint looks fine to me right now. There may be one little touch-up area that I could have stood with, but it looks fine, looks good. And what I had to do essentially is mask all this stuff up because I already had the decals on and they weren't protected, right? So you see these little tiny lines and shit right here. I had those basically on but exposed, which means that if you put tape on it, you're risking pulling some of it off, and that actually happened on another piece we're going to look at. But I got basically I was able to pretty carefully mask this whole thing, and this big circle here is what my target was. I also had to mask off this gold ring, which was kind of tricky. You may see on the Discord I ended up finagling a good piece of tape around the perimeter of this thing, so it was kind of on the little tiny ledge that you maybe will be able to see here, if I can get it to focus. Okay, you see that little tiny gold line? It's being a dick focusing as per usual. But I had to run a perimeter of tape around that, and then I counterbalanced it with a couple pieces of tape internally here, you know, just coming out like this and connecting to the other tape. And then finally to really give it a good stick and make sure that it wouldn't go anywhere, wouldn't move, wouldn't rotate, wouldn't allow bleeding through with the paint. It just so happens that this hole is pretty much exactly a dime in diameter. So I took an actual, your standard US currency dime and put it in there, and it worked out and got the other sides covered. I primed it again. I went through the whole thing again. So prime, black gloss, all clad chrome, clear blue, and then the clear turquoise, crystal color. It turned out, and I don't know if you can tell, there, that's actually pretty good. You can see that it's a slightly different tone. I figured that would happen. I had no way, unless I exposed the or not the under, but unless I exposed this armor, I would have no way to tell how much clear blue I need to put on there. So in my thought process, my calculation was, okay, I know that this bigger ring's probably gonna look different, so let's just set this up so it looks like it's supposed to, right? Like the engineers and manufacturers of Gipsy Danger had this be an actual separate piece, which if you're thinking on a huge scale, yeah, of course it would be a separate piece, right? This is the main energy source and so on. So it's sort of like a jet engine. Like the jet engine it doesn't come with one piece armoring around it. It's inserted into a housing, right? So I think it reads well. I'm happy with it. Much happier than with that smudge that was going on right there. Turned out pretty good. Also, you get to see the results of. I also clear coated it with the pledge, floor care, and you can see this is a shiny boy, right? And it's got some armor on it now, man. This stuff is tough. I mean, it's designed to deal with foot traffic, right? So hopefully no one's going to be walking all over my model, but this here is a pretty tough piece now. I'm trying to do weird hand stuff so you can see it. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. That's the story on this piece since last stream. And another thing that I brought up that I wanted to deal with was the hips. So essentially, if we were looking at this model before I did this, what you're looking at right now, there was huge seams up top here. And these are very visible parts right here. This is like there's a good gap between, I guess, the pelvis and the hip right here. And there's armor right here, but it's still very exposed, so you can actually see these hydraulics and everything. What I did is I took some Tamiya basic putty, and I filled in that seam. You can still see some of it, and that's by design. I didn't want to go too overboard because if I did, I would kill detail, and I did not want to kill detail. So I'm trying to make it so you guys can see it. Camera, please. There. Wait. Just. Why is it that you lock in and then run away? I want to see your hand. Logitech drivers are for normies. So what you can see here, hopefully you can see it, is I managed to get just the right amount of fill-in, so I didn't kill any detail. I then went in there with my hobby knife, my chisel-edged hobby knife, and scraped some of it off. It got to cure for a full 24 hours. And then I primed it again, and I put more of the dark iron, the Mr. It's not super metallic. I think it's just Mr. Metal Color brand, dark iron, which you can buff, and it will actually create, little metal grain, sort of. Very, very tiny metal grains. So that, I think they turned out pretty well. Here's the other one if you want to see it. Right? It doesn't look like there's gaps. It does look like it's something that was cast, right? It looks like, I mean, there you can see where some of the seam lineage is, and that's okay because at that scale it's almost like no, they welded it together, and I'm pretty pleased with that. Now, I brought up previously that we had a problem with tape potentially pulling off decals. That happened on one of these. Let's see if I can't find the one that it was. It was this one right here. Now this is going to be very difficult for me to get to focus, so maybe you can see it. Right in the smack dab center of the screen, the hydraulic on your right, that little white part is text. And when I went to mask this off so I could get the top, I pulled it away, and a teeny tiny part of the top middle of this came off with the tape. Two tiny parts, as a matter of fact. The first one was about the size of, the diameter of your average toothpick, and the second one was about the size of the diameter of the average tip of a toothpick. Model making is not for the faint of hearted, man. It did stick to the tape, so I did manage to very, very carefully tease off those little two pieces with my hobby knife blade, without wrecking them, without cutting them. I reseated it with some Mr. Mark Setter, and Mark Setter is, you think about it like think of it like glue for decals. It's really good shit. It makes it really adhere to a surface. Finagle it around, and if you can't tell that it's there, then I did my job. And that was what I wanted to do. I didn't want these overly ripped. There's still lots of stuff we have to do to Gipsy Danger, believe it or not. Again, it's just when I said and waiting, in my title, that's what I mean. I got other stuff I have to wait before we can move on to the next part, which is going to be a weathering process. I don't need to weather much in terms of the frame. It's all going to be pretty much armor oriented. This already looks pretty damn good, and less is more here. There's already good dynamic between where it's dark and where it's shiny, right? So I don't need to go crazy on that. I might come in here, hit this up with a little oil paint, and smudge it around a little bit just to make this cylinder a little bit messier. Um, but yeah, I'll think about that when we get there. The final thing that I did with this, by the way, is once I fixed this thing, all the cylinders here got a coat of Pledge floor care. So these are now nice and protected, and they've had by now probably a good at least 12 hours. You know, and I'm fine with that. These aren't going to see much action once we get the things installed. So that's the update from last time, and now we've got the completed parts here, and as per usual, the camera is not great at picking up neat little nuance and shit. But oh, I forgot these parts, as a matter of fact. We'll talk about these for a sec. I got these glued together. They're all set. They're happy, jolly leg pieces, and it was this piece to this piece. Turned out really well. It's got really good. There you can kind of see. I'll do this, and you see it's got a gap there. Right? They're not touching, which is exactly what we want. Looks good. And on the back, I just replicated the armor finish. I decided, you know, I could make this darker and stuff. No, we're just gonna. I'm not gonna go crazy. And the one thing I did is I did not go super heavy on the gloss, right? So it still is a little bit matte. It's yeah, there's gloss to it, but it's not chrome mirror as much like this side is, right? Both of those turned out really nice. So now we got all of our parts here arranged in a pretty little row on this, and then of course my styrofoam pieces over there. Now we just need to assemble. And during this process, what that basically means is a couple things. One is just assembly, right, to make sure everything's fitting together and everything. But also I have to make decisions in some circumstances about when it's time to permanently affix things together. And that's why I've got this. I have the extra thin, is it extra thin? I think it's extra thin cement by Tamiya, which is amazing stuff. I have no idea where it is. So we're gonna have to rely on this. This is also fairly, you know, liquidy, especially in comparison to if you're used to like Testors modeling cement. That stuff is super thick, like thicker than honey thick. So it should be okay. I don't want to, whenever I'm making a model, my goal is to cement as little as possible. Shit happens. I'd like to be able to take things apart when I need to. However, if the thing just wants to constantly fall off, that's a great way for it to get damaged. And there are also circumstances where it's a problem from an aesthetic standpoint. Like they're not, if it's not fitting together, this is a machine. It should look engineered. It should look like things are parallel and perpendicular where they need to be, and the angles are symmetrical and all that kind of stuff. So part of today is going to be figuring out under what circumstances do I need to use this, and then we're going to use it and apply it and affix it and so on. To that end, let me go grab some clips, because here you guys can look at that, because I need to make sure I've got a way to clamp if I need clamped. I've got 4 more holding up the hip parts, so just grabbing some clamps. All right. Okay. I doubt I'll actually need this, but just in case, I did bring my manual. You never know. There might be a piece where I'm like, I don't really remember where that goes. So it's good to have as reference. When you're building models in this way, you put them together and take them apart so many times, you get to be very intimately aware of pretty much where everything is. Today, what we're going to do is assemble, and it's not going to take long, but we're going to assemble Gipsy Danger, every part of Gipsy Danger aside from the head, because the head is going to be a major piece of work that I have to do with the LED part. You know, I'll probably stick the head on just so you can see what she looks like fully. Camera, please. Okay, there's the head. Maybe we can get close so you can see it. It's a pretty part, right? But what I need to do is figure out, I'm going to be drilling in through this thing. I've got a little LED that's much smaller than this thing, this neck piece, that I'm going to try to find a way to hollow into here, have wires running out of it, then, you know, through the body and so on and so forth. But I can't finish the head yet because I have to do all the hollowing internally, and then once that's done, I have to secure it. There's going to be pieces that should probably never come apart again, so I'll have to glue them, and I need to decal them. I need to do the clear coat, and then Bob's your uncle. We're all good to go. So this is not a thing we're going to be worrying about today. I'm just going to set that over to the side. And now, let the process begin. So, don't really have an order for doing this. Thinking about surface. We're just gonna have a little paper towel, just to cushion any falls or anything. Just a little strip of paper towel. Okay, make sure I got you. Camera, chill out. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So, off we go. I know off the bat there's going to be a couple. We need to fiddle around with this piece. Jesus, camera, come on. We need to fiddle around with this piece a bit because there are parts that have fallen off, period, no matter what. I have to fix those, but I also have to see if I can access things after I fix them, because that's going to be sort of an important part of making sure this works. So I need to get my shit together over here. Careful! And see if I can get this in a place where it's not going to be in... You know what I'll do? I'm going to do this. Bear with me, guys. Very carefully, very carefully. All right. So, you know, right in front of me, I've got the pelvis parts. So let's start with the pelvis, because they're right in front of me. All right, here we go. Pelvis parts. Pelvis meaning basically lower abdomen right here, and then the actual pelvis. Okay. I would like to start with this boy. This one really, really sticks on, so I'm not concerned about gluing him. He ain't going nowhere. And then I need the underwears, because that's where the other two things connect to, which is, you know, it's still pretty freaking hot where I live, by the way. Pretty gross, pretty hot. Everything's on fire because I'm in California. Wouldn't be summer without that. Okay. Look at that. No, it's an illusion. It's all straight. Got these doohickeys. I don't know what these be called. Skirts, maybe. You're over here, I think. I'm still trying to be gingerly. I mean, this plastic has now gone through some stuff, man. This plastic has seen some shit now. With all the chemistry that I have done to it. So I'm trying to still be a little bit gentle, or a lot of it gentle as much as I can. I still have to apply force. Got to make sure this is in there. But I don't want to go crazy with it, because, you know, history educates us that doing so is likely to result in plastic failure and explosion. So we don't want to do that. Okay. That is that done, I believe. Pretty simple piece. Next is going to be the back part, here. And that's got two side deals. Actually, I think it's easier to put this part on first. But it's actually a pretty cool little part. This was the one decal I could not save. I tried, I could not do it. It wasn't the end of the world. I just kind of left it there, and I'm just gonna maybe give that a little extra, you know, dry brush or something. Make it look like that was a damage point in the lore. It's really nice about the pledge stuff, though, is once you get it on there, you feel a lot more confident about your parts being protected. This one's being a bit snug. I can see that it is. Yeah, come on. If it's too snug, then I may need to take some measures. Nope, we're good. We're good. Get that thing in there good. There we go. Now the little side deals. You are a short boy. You'll go over there. These are actually pretty damn secure too. Tabs like this usually don't do well, but these ones are pretty secure if I can get the orientation correct. You are incorrect. You are over here. So I was right to begin with. Do I have the orientation right? Yes, I believe I do. You know, that's pretty snug. It kind of squeezes itself together. Focus. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we got that feller. And up. Got this feller. Why don't you go to your home? Are you too good for your home? There we go. All right. Oh, there's our abdomen. And we can go ahead and join these two together now. Plenty of pressure, still being slow and steady with it though. Because I do want this thing fully seated now. Okay. That movement right there kind of made me feel like I should maybe consider cementing those together. I'm just giving it a squeegee here to get it used to moving. This part is just rotational movement in this direction. So once it's in there and I got it positioned, it's probably not going to change much. And that's also because you can't really do much with the movement on the hips, which is annoying. Like you can't make the legs swing this way on this model, which is just tremendously stupid oversight as far as I'm concerned. And it makes no sense. That's what these joints right here are, right? And it looks like it should rotate, right? Because it's sort of a cylinder. Well, on the end, it's a flat piece, which means you can't rotate it. It's just locked in, which means I've got basically one good pose, which is a standing position pose. Sweat. Okay, so here's this part. We'll put you here for the moment. Next up, we got chest time. This one's going to be a bit more involved. I'm trying to remember what the order on this is. First step, I believe, is we need to get some of this back stuff on. I absolutely cannot seal this because I need to be able to work in this cavity. This is where all the LED stuff is going to live, so I can get it pretty well there, though. Yeah, me thinking about that, this whole back panel comes off, which means I can secure our rear cowl. If I can find the piece. Give her a little spin, loosen it up, there we go. Another little cowl piece goes in here. Pretty good. And if I get down to it and I really want to, I can panelize everything without a problem. It being secure like this should be no issue. Right, now that is there, we can put this back together. Okay. Don't want to seal this yet. I think. Okay, I can't seal these things yet either, because these they go over. I think they do. Let me see. Here. Ooh. These will definitely need to be glued into place though. Is that the wrong side? Could be. Yeah. Just doing a little thing here really quick to see. Can I safely remove this and put it back? Okay, I probably shouldn't glue these because it looks like it wants to flip it up. It's pretty tight. So I'm not going to glue these for now. When I'm done doing my internals, I may. I just pray to God I never have to try to fix something, or if it just kind of, if it decides to fail, relegate myself to the fact that I'm not going to be able to fix it. Okay, and top boy. See, that's why I'm gonna have to glue these things probably, just because. Well, I mean, when this top chest piece is on there, they probably aren't gonna go anywhere. Honestly, now that I think about it, because this locks it into place pretty much. This one's scooted on me. Can't see what I'm doing. Like you can. Anyway, well, with this camera deciding focusing is for plebs. Okay, there we go. A bit of a squeeze. All right. It's not a great. There we go. Guess that's the way the fit's got to be. I'm questioning why this isn't flush. There's damn near a part of me that wants to glue all this stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that now. I think that might be the best strategy, is just to glue these two pieces to this big armor sheet instead of gluing those pieces to the actual chest mechanism. So I believe I can get all that to slide down in there. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing that if I'm going to glue these, because I don't like how there's margin differences. Okay, moving on. Stop obsessing. Just keep going. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Back side of the thing. I'm not going to. Wait, I can press this all the way in now. Do I? Yes, I can. I do kind of want to. Okay. Right, back cowl. There's kind of a big line right there, but the paint matched pretty well. A couple places where it's off. That's all right. Front piece. I may need to consider putting this dude on too. These little side pieces. I was thinking about doing some paint stuff with these, but I kind of like just them chilling like this, I think. You go over here. Just seeing how loose that wants to be. It's in there pretty good, surprisingly. Okay. Bueno. Okay. Now the fucker part. This is these things, and these things. Okay. When these go on, they stick. These parts are good. The other ones just do not want to stick. I think the instructions actually say you need to glue this. You need to engineer it better. How about that? Okay. These then are attached. thusly, I believe. I don't remember. I don't know if I got the... I believe that's correct. And I probably should glue... Let's just see what fit does here first. If I can... Okay, I think I got this backward. Should be on this one. It's a really cool looking little piece. That little caution thing and everything. That's just... Every model's got to have that one piece that's just a complete pain in the ass to deal with, and that's this piece right here. It's weird pressure fit stuff on all this, right? The way this connects is just, I want to see if I... Cool, I can finagle that all as one piece. So what we're going to do right now is this dude's going to get made permanent. I need to put you down for a sec, guys. I need to just go grab a scraping implement. Nothing beats the knife. All right, success. Implement get. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first of all make sure that I didn't screw this up, because I don't actually remember if this was the correct. I believe this is correct, but I need to absolutely make double sure. You're going to go over here so I don't confuse myself. So what I want to do now is make sure we can contact pretty well. I need to take one more look at this connection and the way it works. Is it just fully straight down? Is there anything that alters it? Sorry you guys can't see it. I got my face jammed right up into it, as you can see on the other camera. Okay, nope. So this just needs to orient like thus. Okay. Like this, I guess, is more better than like this. Just gonna get the nonsense off of there so I can start scraping a little bit. And I'm just trying to get down to a little bit of bare plastic, so this has got something to grab onto a little bit better. Because again, this cement melds the welds the plastic together. It makes it melt together. There we go. And I don't need, you know, crazy amounts of grab, but I need enough. There's nothing worse than a part getting pulled out. Hi, Angel. Much more better than good. How you doing, man? Dude, you guys killed my sleep schedule. Totally worth it, though. Talking about our weird shit. Good times. I'm gonna have to just... You're not gonna be able to see this, guys. But I need to get in here and really rough this up. Okay, that's better. This side needs work. I have to blow off particles every once in a while, so that's what I'm doing. Because you don't want little hangers offers getting in the way of the bond, like this one right here. Remove yourself from my sight, like that guy. Whoop. That little booger. Dude, so I ended up taking, like, I slept for 4 hours until like 4 p.m. And then it was weird. I had all sorts of energy. I don't know what happened. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, man, this is great. I got a lot done. I watched pretty much every Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a couple I still have to get through, and I'll probably do that tonight. But yeah, I was far more industrious than I thought I'd be. Before I glue, just doing a fit check again. So once I glue, I ain't gonna be moving stuff around. All right. May the force be with us. I usually like to do the female parts with the glue first because I can usually put them down and not worry about them, you know, managing to get glue on places that I didn't want it. Just need a little bit more presence on this. I don't want it on the sides, like I just did right there. I need to put you down real quick, guys, because I forgot. Oh my God, they're right here. They're behind you. You guys were hiding my cotton swabs. So, if I'm fast enough, because of the way this stuff is, whoop, whoop, whoop. That got it. Okay. So there's that. Kind of wasting time here. Those on. And assemble. Make sure everyone's squared away good. Okay. Just trying to make sure that that's completely level right there. My finger's sort of in the way. There we go. Need the time to go faster because it's being is it annoying in a boring way? I saw Angel. I saw that you were witchering, and by the time I showed up there, Twitch was doing that thing where it was saying someone was streaming, but really they were hosting somebody, and then I was sad about it. Okay, this guy gets to sit there and do nothing for a while, and now we just got to do the same thing to the other side. In all the ways. Aw, shit, dude. Work, please. This one scraped better than I expected, I guess. No little particulates on there. Good, good, good. Instantly crashed. Oh, I thought you said the program did. You ended and instantly crashed into bed. God bless you, though, man. You got in there and you did the Witcher anyway. A little bit more right here. Okay. There we go. Oh man, this is a tricky. Can I get it? I'll have to do the worst version of this. I gotta get in close to do it. If I had my little baby files, I could have used those, but I don't, so I can't, and I won't. Careful. Okay. Yep, and we got plastic. Get out of there, you little so-and-so. That sucks. That's so weird. Why it being possessed though? Why possession time? Prefer to not get this on the glove so I don't end up transferring it everywhere. Line her up. This one's being a little bit of a dick. There we go. There. Okay, just gotta hold this for a sec. Ghosts work around the clock. Fuckers. So this glue is not super glue. I think a lot of times people just assume modeling glue is just super glue at some level of viscosity. Sometimes that's true, and sometimes you need to use cyanoacrylate. Other times, you don't. So cement really actually welds two pieces of plastic together by doing weird chemical things to the plastic. It's kind of like using fusing two marshmallows together. You can just attach them on their surface with a bit of glue, or you can melt them both, then stick them together, and then they're pretty much one marshmallow, is the idea. Okay, this guy can hang out for a bit. And harden. Nobody home, telemarketer. Okay. Now these things are really cool looking, and they're super painful in my ass. I cannot glue them. Well, I could. I don't want to, because they do have movement. But the thing I don't like about them is that this piece is the only thing holding them in. It's also my access part for getting to the LED area. You know, so that's kind of like, yikes. Nothing wrong with multi-purposing your stuff, but this, as you can see, can create some problems. So I guess I'm just going to have to put up with it. That's all there is to that. I don't know, positioning-wise. These don't really need to move once I get them lined up and positioned where I want. You guys can't see. Okay. Yeah, I can secure these as long as I can keep these removable, I think. Okay. So there's that. I'm not putting this on yet because I need to paint it, but this goes in here. And this is what I'm waiting for the clear red and clear orange for, is this piece. But it's very shiny. It's nice and crystal. I did do the dip on it. And then I might be able to do something with this, because this actually, by design, is insertable or inserted into here instead of the little battery LED pack that they have. So I might be able to use this as a little bit of a housing for the wires and the big LED. I've got a big LED that's going to go in here to shine this through. And then from here, right, if this fits in here like this, I don't know if that's the right orientation, but let's just pretend that it is. It's probably more like this. Or this, actually. Yeah, probably like this. Then I can have an LED here, and then the wire going up to the head, and I might be able to even figure out a way to finagle a little power switch back here. I don't know. I have to look at it, engineer it, and all that shit. But we'll get there. All right, so there's that part. You can chill there for the moment. Hands and arms and shit. We are gonna do those too, so you can actually see her with hands. But let's get the rest of the frame built out first. So who do we have next? I'm gonna need these guys. So we're gonna be doing legs now, shortly. Okay, legs and arms and arms and legs. We are now doing arms. That's fine, I just need to flip this around. And I need to figure out if I'm doing the left arm or the right arm. This is right arm, that is left arm. So I need to do left arm first. Okay. Left arm. I think I'm gonna just start by removing all these things from my sticks here. Top goat, thank you. Makes me not feel bad for just dropping these guys right on the table. Taco. Everyone loves a good taco, whether it's a hollow taco or a matte taco. Okay. Get these sorted a little bit so I don't just fly across everything. Alright, I do believe that I'm going to have to do some gluage on this dude too. So let me see here. This goes on here. Where's my bend point? Bend point here. And that's on there. That's on there good and plenty. Oh shit, you know, I should probably just work my way from the top down. All right, so this goes here. This is the back side. Okay. Then this goes onto here. This is also oddly engineered in many ways. And I can fully depress this now. I don't feel like I'm going to need to worry about gluing these parts. These have a lot of contact points and they suck right in. Okay, got a shoulder. There we go. Let's see, your forearm. You go back here, I believe. No. We got this thing. Which, actually, I don't remember the orientation, so I need to look it up. Look it up. Leggy. Torso E. Looks to be that the little divot thing, which is this, is down. Like so. It's kind of folly outy. We're going to hit that with a little glue. This thing toward the hand. Right? Right. Okay. This thing toward the hand. This is the wrong one. We got glue, dry and yikes. Okay. That might be why it wasn't fitting very well. Yes, that is correct. Okay. I am committed, so I just better commit. Okay. You do have some work time with this stuff, but you don't want to take too long. There we go. Fixed it. Double confirmation right now because this is the last time I'm going to probably have the opportunity to take this off if I need to. Oh. Okay. Close. This needs to go on first. Did I get the wrong one here too? No, I think this is right. When this goes in, it's going to lock this dude into place. So there ain't no coming out now. Are you in? Ooh, that was nerve-wracking. More than I thought it should have been. Okay. Next is this thing. I want to double check. Yes, this is the weird back piece one. That goes here, I believe. Wait a sec. This is the side piece here. This goes here. Yeah. That's a little wiggly. Not a fan. It's getting glue. Okay. Sorry you can't see it, guys. Just making scratches. Come here. A drop of glue for you. Cement, I should probably use the correct name for this stuff. Just press the top, press the top. You're gonna want to flood in glue to make sure. You are left. You are here. Yes. This is correct. Okay. These two guys. You are here. I'm going to dry fit these together, and then we are absolutely going to glue these. These are pretty flimsy, like so. See, nice and flimsy. Okay. So, now you don't want to come off. Right, I don't need to glue this one. That's kind of clear. Holy shit! It actually pulled the whole thing off. Yep, confirmed. I really don't need to glue that one. Did not expect that. Jeez, man, let go. All right. This, however, oh yeah, all the glue ever. Get myself hooked up with some bare plastic here. You might be able to see this one. No, just a shadow. You're not missing much, guys. Okay, and then try to get some off of this part here. Other side, back into the chisel. And nope, that's all pretty good. Pretty good looking free plastic in there. I'm not pressing hard because this has got a lot of flex to it. I'm just making sure everything looks to be nice and seated on the surface, and then that dude gets to hang out and do nothing for a sec. And did I already put glue on here? Yeah, it should be all right though. There wasn't much. While that's doing that, we can work on the hands. Shit. I forgot. There are pieces I need to glue onto this. We're gonna keep this off. And that's not what I want. This is the front-facing one. These absolutely need to get glued on. Let's see. Even if it's just tacked. But these really like to fall off. Shnoop. Shnoop. Sound effects are required. Just ask Bob Ross. Okay. Get that on me. There, got it. Son of a bitch. I'm having problems here, guys. Giving this some pressure over time. Ooh, lunchtime. That sounds like a good idea. What you gonna make, dude? Nerve-wracking. Okay. Probably should do my little scrapes first, huh? Blow all the nonsense off. No nonsense allowed. There's no fun in model making. Just like there's no fun in strimming. Fun not allowed. And dexterity was much better on that one. And make sure we're lined up. Give her a squeeze right on the contact points. Scoot back so maybe the camera can figure out how to focus. Okay. Just trying to get gunky on me. My little bottle of stuff. Did I just fucking do what I think I did? No, I didn't. I am surprised. I thought I actually pushed that out. I didn't. Okay. God, it really looks like it. It's not. That's exactly where it's supposed to be. Yeah, weird. Alright. I just never noticed how far I guess that back panel was to the actual arm joint. Now, without going too crazy, I'm going to very gently drop this guy into his final position, doing my best to not touch the place that I just glued. You're good. Get leverage right there. There it is. Okay. Not perfect. Not bad. That's not my fault, by the way. That's the model right there. These two things are not completely, I don't know, plumb to each other. Because model. All right, now it's hands. Actually put hand stuff together. Let me figure out. I'm doing left arm, right? Right arm left. Okay. We got our two pieces here. And this is going to take some monkeying around to figure out which thumb goes with which hand. There's a thumb. There's a hand. Oh! Tesla! With a cheery bit. Thank you, sir. How you doing? That is clearly not the correct thumb. Terraria beds. What's a Terraria bed? I don't even know what that is. You talking in some weird Illuminati shit again? I can't understand that right now. I'm trying to fail at model making here. What am I even doing? I know these are weird. These go together in a sort of weird way. So you... Wish I could see what you look like aligned. Okay, needs to... This little joint. Where's the round part? Can't see. Thumb, please. How you orient. Let me see. I know it does some weird shit like that. It's like okay. Progress is being made towards figuring out which thumb is the correct thumb. Or not. There it is. There it is. Okay. I better dry fit this first just to make sure this is correct. I think these are identical. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Yes. Wait. How's that even a thing? Mind blown. Okay. Alright, there it is. So that is correct. Now we have to put all this together. Pray to God. That is out towards me. Secure the thumb. Secure the thumb, guys. Secure the thumb to our Terraria beds. Ooh, that was a lot. Probably not even going to put any on the thumb, because that was a lot. Is that towards me? Really? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I think I sort of need to be fast and put the wrist piece in there, which is this guy. And what orientation this is going, it does not matter as long as, sorry guys, these things are on top. And et voila. Ooh, don't drappy. This is nice and snug, so I'm not going to worry about gluing it. And we got a little hand. We got a little right hand. So there's righty. Right hand's done. Need left hand. The other parts of the hand are pretty freaking easy. This is for the clothes, so not doing that yet. And this is also for the clothes, so we'll put that in there while I just secure this because I have it out. Please, please give me your handy. Come on. There we go. Contact points here are there. Yay! Small hand, little hand. It's exciting to get a hand. This model has yet to know what it's like to, you know, have manipulators. This that's painted pretty good. Probably should do a little rough up right here. Woo! Hullabaloo! Hot damn. I don't, if the glue is gonna, this goes towards the wrist. If the glue actually does affect this, I want it to dry with the wrist joint already in it, that guy. So I decided probably a good idea for me to run over there really quick and just grab that. While I'm at it, I might as well grab this guy and complete the hand. Wrong way. Oh, that was the right way. Never mind. Boop. Hand get. And a little baby left hand. I've got the whole hand in my hand. Cool. Those are actually pretty damn good looking hands. You can't you know, move the fingers or anything, but they look pretty good. And I was struggling with whether or not I just wanted to keep them all, you know, this color, or I wanted to make them black or whatever. I think this is a good choice. There's a lot of depth there. The black art, because of the chrome, already, you know, sort of comes out where I would want it to anyway. You know, knuckles and stuff. So I think we keep it like that. All right. Speaking of hands, here's pieces that have also not seen the light of day. Hence, like, I don't know if you can see this dust here. This is how long these poor pieces have just sat in these bowls. weaponry. Which I don't think I'm actually going to use these, because I just realized, like, if I want to be able to use these, I have to make these arm panels not removable, and I've already secured this in, like this ain't going anywhere. So you know what? I'm going to make an executive decision that these guys aren't making the cut. No! Yes. No, I've done it. You are right. You are left. No, I need left. Hi, Barney. No, what if we put our Terraria beds by each other? You know, I'm just... First of all, I haven't played Terraria enough to have the stuff to make a bed for Terraria. So that's probably going to be a problem. We'll put you there. Alright. This guy, much easier. This guy, all I have to do is put in a wrist joint. Facing up, I believe. Yes. Wrist joint goes here, and then back of hand goes meow. Goes meow. Go. Is this the wrong one? Shouldn't be. I mean, it could be. Yeah, it's gotta be. Gotta be the wrong one. There we go. Kerblamo! The little left fist. For my left arm. There we got my right... Oh! Wait. I need the right fist, huh? Got my right hand. Left arm, so left hand and left fist. Tweet. That's good. Which hand do you think I should put on here, guys? You can switch them. Sometimes, like this is going to make better sense when I've got the swords attached. This is just kind of a semi. You can make this a semi-relaxed, just hand. Maybe you do semi-relaxed hand for the moment. Careful. There we go. Et voila. Oh, you kind of got jammed in there a little bit, didn't you? Paint stick together a smidge. Okay. Where is this in relation to the wrists, though? So this is correct. This is the correct orientation. All right, so there we go. We got a nice left arm, all completed. Now we just need to do that for the other side. Yay! And I'm going to hastily... It's not that these pieces are not cool. They are very cool. It's just... I don't know. It's not worth it if I can't have electricity spray from it. You know what I mean? Is this orientation specific? No. Okay. So even here's the thing with the armor pieces on it, like this is what it looks like. Right? So it's supposed to do cool electrical shit and shoot electricity out at everybody. I don't know, I can make the swords look far less cheesy. I guess is what my brain is feeling like. My heart and my soul, all of those parts are feeling like that. As I stab myself with a skewer. Okay, there's one done. There's that. You get to live in there. Because I still definitely want to keep that hand. Okay. And now we do the other side, which should go much faster now that I've done one of them. I have a reasonable idea of what to expect. And I've got itchiness as per usual, because I've got cement on my glove, so I need to rub that in my eye. Try not to spill glue. Okay. Detach, detach. I've got glue in my eye. This might end up being a longer stream than I thought it would be, which I'm actually pleased by. I'm like, God, it's not gonna take long for me to throw this together. Well, I didn't take into account gluing. So, enjoy glue stream. Speaking of glue, you are the pretty one, so they're both pretty, but I like the 34. Start with you. Okay. That was a lot. Can I sop some of that up maybe? Yeah. Get in there. I can feel you wanting to get in there, but you're not. Why? There we are. Okay. And make sure I got my 2 contact points. Squeeze down. Get the endothermic, whatever do its endothermacy. It's endothermification. Sometimes you can actually see the plastic go and kind of actually meld together. It's cool. Did I hurt anything here? No. Why? Because pledge with twice the shine. That stuff. May as well call it diamond juice. Scratch. Juice of the diamond. Adaman Sprite. Okay. God, get in there. Make sure I didn't get any on my gloves. No. I don't care if it gets on me. I do care if I get it on my finger and then I start rubbing it across the finished surface of this model that I've just spent several hundred hours working on. Okay. Sandwichy and squeeze. All right, there is that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this part first while that has a little bit more time to do its thing. This goes on the outside, which I will confirm. It does indeed go on the outside. Then this little dude needs to go in first. Here. Okay. This guy is going to need a little gluage, a little mucilagation, a little Elmerification. Elmerizing. Oh, bonk. Sorry, guys. The little indentation goes down. Little indentation, which is here, goes down. And towards the outside. That is correct. Okay. Down to the outside. Confirming for symmetry. It's correct. Yay! This kind of ended up weird. It's alright, it's just a little mottled. Okay, now we can deal with this. Backside piece is here. Please do not touch the thing that could fall out, because then it might fall out and then I will be sad. Same thing on this side. Do not touch the little piece I just glued. Good, Crotron. Well done. Now is this also? Yeah, it's just pretty close. Okay. Let's see. No, this one's actually emergency surgery. That got it. Yay. Okay. Everything's fine. Okay. Let me see here. This guy needs to get glued on, right? So he is this weird side thing here. And I'm now committing that I cannot put those little electric things on. But I'm okay with that. Hi, Gidge. Oh, we're committed now. There's no turning back. Unless I shell out another $100 for another model. Which ain't gonna happen. Oh, hi. And which one's the bullshit one? I think it's this. This is the bullshit one. Yeah. Surely it is. It's kind of hard to tell because the plastic underneath is gray, and the metal is also, funny enough, gray, just shinier. But I am getting raw plastic. Shitty dude first. Shitty dude. Just want to make sure it's seated. There we go. Well, I've got my hands on all of this. I'm going to try to get it together now. Magic. Whoa. Cancel the magic. I just screwed this up. We're good. We good. We did it. Yay. That turned out pretty well. This one's a little bit tweaked. Come on. Come on. Rotate. There we go. Okay. If I'm going to have a gap, I want that to look like it's supposed to be there. All right, cool. I've already got the hand built. Right, well, the right outstretched-ish hand. What do you call that? Flexion, extension. No, there's a name for that. I don't remember what it is. I need you. This thing goes up here. And we squish it in. We put on this fist here. Okay. For now, I'm going to very carefully not mess up all the work I just did. And insert tab A into slot B. What are you moving around for? There we go. Leverage. Okay. Okay. Right arm complete. We'll put this into deep storage. Now I don't throw these things away though. I put them in little like sandwich bags, like Ziploc sandwich bags, and I've got a whole area where I keep my extra parts, extra decals, you know, plastic from the builds and all that. So I'm not going to throw them away. I'm just not going to use them. Like I got shit tons of Gundam plasma blades and all that I never use. Okay, so hand is good. Arm is good. There we go. All right. Leg time. Break time. Head, leg. You are the right leg. You are the very pretty right leg. I think it's pretty. Pretty. Boop. We could do like a Christmas story and put a little lampshade on here, you know? We'll have the sexy Gipsy Danger lamp with little tassels on it. Actually, I should probably look at this and determine which leg I am working on. Where's the... Oh, it's right in front of me. This is the right leg. And you are the right leg. Okay. Box the sides. I need to fix that today. I'm really tired of those getting pulled out. See? They shouldn't be doing that. They will pay for their transgressions. Blood. By blood, of course, I mean wood glue. So nervous, I'm gonna pull more of these out now. Don't do it. I can't see very well. There you go. I'll flip you back down when we start gluing things again. Pretty little pile of parts. There you go. You guys can go there. Okay. Right leg, which would mean this is the dude we want. This big boy here. Okay. I'm looking at this, just kind of going, did I screw this up by gluing it together? I don't think I did. No, it should be fine. All right, so let me connect the UR right leg, which means the joint needs to be on that side, which means you are the one. I choose you. I'm not having to do any clamping with the glue. That's nice. So this guy goes on here. And then this guy goes over here. And he is nice and secure. Okay. Flip some of this stuff over so I see what I'm doing. We can go ahead and remove the feet. Well, you know, I might as well just do the feet now then. All right, no turning back now. Yeah, I'm turning back now. Could you behave? Just get in there. All right, there it goes. Foot. Also foot. I'm trying to remember, is it this? Yeah, this goes here. And that's not going anywhere. Then we got heel. You. So. And we got toes. Like so. This thing is raw plastic, which is sort of driving me crazy, but at the same time, it's movement. And painting those is not a good idea. So it's not too bad or obvious. I think it'll be all right. Okay. Then let's start our way up top and work our way down. This is nice and secure, I think, on its own. I don't need to worry about gluing it. It's got 3 different points of stickitude. Okay. And this guy goes in the middle with the bottom having the stripes. And it's also got 3 points, so I'm also not nervous about this going anywhere. Okay. Don't want to wrench on that too bad. All right, then there's the knee part with the skirt thing going down, I believe. So, yes. Also, pretty secure. This I might need to glue. Or not. That's pretty fucking pretty tenacious. Let me see what's going on here. Take you off. Sorry guys, I need to get in here a little bit closer. It's going, it's just not going all the way. So we need to find Oh no, it's got to stop on it. Never mind. Okay. Good. That way I won't break it. That dude's in there pretty good. Again, I don't like to use glue if I don't have to. I really don't want to. Glue almost always just complicates matters. Okay, this thing's weird. So we should probably just contend with this now. This weird dude goes like this. And then it's held in place with this, which is very strange. Very strange joinery. I can make it work. Please. Seriously, dude? There. Yeah. So that's not great. I'm not. This should not make a direction difference. Okay. So bare plastic. I'm definitely gluing this in. And you just want to, you do want bare plastic, so you do have to get to the plastic a little bit, but if you go too far, you'll actually really hurt the fit, and that will cause problems and result in sadness. It's kind of a lot. So let me just get this in there. Okay. On these guys, which already have a good chunk of bare plastic right there, because that's what I use to hold on to them. There's those little nubs. Probably should have brought my tweezers out too. That's right. Tweezers tend to scratch things at this point, which is not ideal. Okay. Make sure we're all seated. Okay, now that I got that in there, let me hold on to it. Oh, my dog. Oh, she's having a good time, dog master. Maybe she's playing fetch with Freddy. So you have something to look at while I'm just waiting for glue. This is 3 pieces of plastic contact, so I want to hold on to this for a little bit longer than usual. Just really make sure everything sandwiches. If I were to think about how long total this has taken me, I would probably put it at, it's got to be somewhere between 150 to 200 hours at this point. It's got to be. Maybe your car needs better dreams too. Dream of that 3-color foam treatment. All right, that's pretty good. Feels decently solid enough. This dude doesn't go anywhere. I believe this is small part on the bottom. Can't see. As in, you guys can't see. It's kind of the whole point of streaming, so you guys can see stuff. Okay. Now this fucker. This fucker right here. I am going to have to do some weird shit with this. Glue-wise. I really don't want to, though. Makes me nervous. I kind of need to. So this is how I'm going to do this, I think. First of all, we're just going to get these in the little joints here. I'm not going to scrape away or anything. I don't necessarily want the world's toughest adhesion here, or weld even. I just want enough to get these guys to cooperate with each other. Ever so lightly. Okay. All right, now here, I don't think shit. I don't know if I can get this wide enough without it slipping off. Is the problem. I might be able to. Actually, these are together pretty well. I'd probably just do this by hand. So forgive me, guys. I am gonna have to just sit here and squish this together again. It's like a 3-point clamp I got to do with it, which is weird. Make sure I got good leverage for the stuff I'm pushing on. And we just hold for a while. Enjoy walking dog. Thank you for coming by and saying hi. Sometimes the human hand is the best clamp. Ladies. Okay. I give this a good amount of time. You don't have to hold this onto this stuff forever for it to seat itself and get its little stringy plasticky thing going, which is really nice, but it's not instant. Laying back, is that any better? Okay, should be pretty good. All right. Leg get. Okay. Leg get. Gently rest that right there. Cover it. A smidge. And we get the other one. Okay. These are all short boys, aren't they? Why, I bless my soul, I do believe they are. You are footsie, upper. The big boy can just chill there for a sec. You are heelsy. Gastrocnemius. Peronius. Hamstring. Quadricep. Guys, The board is cleared. Yay! Similar, let's do similar order of operations, I think. Oh, it grabbed me. Push this down, really seat it. And over here. And it's doing the same thing the other one did. Okay. We seated. And it's this guy, right? Yes. Wrong way though. You go here. Then we put this heel on, like a so. And we put on the top. We whisper to it. If you whisper to it, you can sneak up on it. And then it will behave. Okay. Right off the bat, we have to deal with this shit, so let's just deal with it. Get off, little fuzzy. Ah, there's a fuzzy. No fuzzies allowed. Sorry you guys can't see this. I just want to be really sort of precise about where I'm scratching. Good. I don't know why I picked it up. I shouldn't have. Glue applied. Part placed. You're going to want to fall over anyway, so I'm just going to put you on your side. And a little bit of glue on these two tabs. Now, we get glue on our glove and wipe it on our shorts. Which everyone knows is absolutely best practice for such a problem. And this guy flips all around like an asshole. Oh my god, please get in there. Really? Okay. Houston, we got a problem. Just had to flip it around. All right. Now I can apply some real pressure. That is so stupid, son. No, I agree. That's the one thing you never want to screw with is someone's paycheck. People will put up with a lot of shit, but getting your payroll wrong is not one of those things. Pretty good. Probably should hold it down a little bit longer just to be safe. Vape break. I still have a couple more projects I need to get done today. I need to put on that door sweep for the door behind me that you can see. And I need to probably work on my soundproof drape thing. Or not soundproof, but sound dampening drape. Well, I've got the use of the garage pretty easily. I may or may not have to do that today. I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay. Pretty good. Yeah. Readjust so we can continue on. Right. Toward the outside, toward the outside. You. I don't know why this guy's being a turd burglar. It's because you're sideways? No, that's where it wants to go. Sometimes you just gotta not force the issue. It's a great way to break shit. Forcing the issue. Sliding. Go. Yeah, I'm able to hold on to the whole thing with it. I mean, like, yeah, it's not huge, so it will fall off if you mess with it enough, I'm sure. But I don't plan on messing with it. Oh, okay, good. I thought I just pulled off this back piece. I didn't. Thank God. All right, so we're going to do the same procedure on this side that we did on the other. Like, you see there's a little piece of red missing. I don't care because you're never going to see it. You'll be able to sort of see down into it, but you won't be able to see that piece. So, it's fine. Okay, get you nice and squozed in. Oh, I probably should put this piece on before I glue. Good? All right. We just drop in our glue a bit. Okay. Probably should have put this flat piece on first. Sorry, you can't see. This one's a bit more awkward. That's good. Well, my hands are going to fatigue on this one, but it's going to be worth it. I'm just going to take this off so I get leverage here. I can grab onto this and not worry. Good. Oh, God, no. Glove gave way. Okay, now I'm just going to hold on to this for a year and a half. I don't know if you guys... Here, maybe while I'm holding on to this, we can tour my neighborhood. Maybe. Oh, there you go. That adjusts. Can you see the haze out there? Because again, yeah, I'm in California, so everything's on fire right now. I just don't know if you can even see the haze. It's sort of hazy tonight, or today. It's not night yet. Adjust the bench. How we doing? That's holding. Good. Yeah, I see. There's a little bubble there. Right. It held. Huzzah. Probably don't want to wrench on it all that much right now. Let it just kind of do its thing for a second. Which I will do. Let's get this, the kneecap back on. Kneecap, please. There we go. Ah, there we go. That was a good, solid, positive contact. Okay. that relax just for a bit. Give it a little coverage. Okay, that's all the major pieces. There's only one other thing I want to do before we get to final assembly, but I do want to take a little bit of time and just let the legs in particular set up just a smidge. So that's what we will be doing now. I probably should have left the park out here. I took it back in. Oh, they're having competing interests for the screens. Or maybe they're sharing them. Maybe they're fine with it. As long as one person gets, one cat gets one corner, they're okay with that. Or maybe it will be a battle royale for the screen momentarily. Looks cool, but also keeps these things together nicely. Okay. I will, while we're doing that, I'll really have a good place to put you guys. Look at a chess piece while I clean things up. My long boys, you're backward, and also you're a short boy. Cool. I still have a little bit of airbrushing, but that's just clear parts. To give them some tone. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decals to put on the helmet. A little bit of gluing, whole lot of freaking out over LEDs. Where they belong. I've always been a fan of cleaning up as you go, for the most part. My dad was a chef, and not surprisingly, I sort of grew up in a kitchen. And also, not surprisingly, he put me to work doing whatever shit needed to happen in the kitchen. But one of the things that he was very big on as a chef was, like, you clean as you go. You clean as you go. Like most people who are chefs, he had the chef mentality. He was very good at what he did. And he wasn't like a completely ruthless asshole, but he had certain things that would set him off. One of them was not cleaning up after yourself in his kitchen as you go. It's like, make all the mess you want if that mess is going to result in someone getting their order, but clean the shit up afterward. I kind of adopt that for the most part in the shit that I do. It served me pretty well. Not always follow it. It's always served me well, but I've discovered that when I don't follow that philosophy, especially with this stuff, things just get completely out of hand. And there's nothing worse than not being able to find the tool that you need at the very split second you need it, because like these cotton swabs, oftentimes it's an emergency. Like something bad just happened, you've got to clean it up now. All right. Got a little extra to clean up. And now, the last thing on the agenda, well, not the last, second to last thing, is securing these two little bastards to here. And then we wait longer. So to do that, I'm going to need to take these off. We don't need this here. Okay, first stop is going to be which side? Nope, it's going to be the right side. I'm gonna have to do all sorts of stupid shit with this to make it behave. Cement's on point. It's nice and strong and really good contact. That's already pretty much clean. This needs a little bit of scratchy. Should be good. Little gash or two. Give it something to hold on to. These need to be pretty thoroughly scraped off. Because this wants to pull out. It really wants to, so I need to be pretty sure about my plastic contacts on this. Okay. I can just flip that. Yep. All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment I've been dreading but looking forward to at the same time for a very long time, these things not falling off. Please, oh please. Okay. Right then, in you go. Just getting my elbows on the table to give myself a little bit of leverage, as well as make it so I can not fatigue as quickly clamping this down, because I'm going to be here for a while holding this together. That's a good configuration right there. Amazing stream, watching guy hold an object. A+ content. I honestly don't know what to talk about. I'm like, what can I talk about while I'm sitting here holding this? I don't know. I ran out of shit. I streamed too much in the past 2 weeks. I'm out of stuff. Yeah, that's seating nicely. Holding an object could be exciting, huh? That's true. Like I am sort of committed now. If something was on fire, I don't think I could let this go and be okay with myself, right? Help, my house is on fire. Sorry, man. There's nothing I can do. It's working on a model here, you know. I keep blowing into you guys instead of model. Okay. You're good. All right. Next. I really should have scraped this stuff up all at once. Lesson learned. I was dumb on my part. I really should have just scraped all this at once. But I didn't. Carefully avoiding what I just glued. I know you guys can't see it. My apologies. I do need it kind of close to my eyes to make sure I'm hitting what I need to hit. Oh god, this one's a bit of a thing. That's good. Okay. All right. Very little so-and-so. Lift this up in here. Not worth it. Not even going to try. Okay. Uh-oh. Lost my O-ring. Well, that's the way it goes. My gasket, my gasket. Forgot my point of contact. Okay. Do it to it. Do not. Okay, get better positioning here. I really don't want to touch that. Shit. This one's a little bit more awkward. Where can I press down on you? I don't want to rub that gold paint off, and I keep putting my fingers right where that would happen. It shouldn't, it's sealed, but why take the risk, dude? Okay, I think we're locked in. That's a good place for me to grab. We'll do this. There we go. That's better. Whew, guys, jeez. Any tips to get Virgil to want to eat the treats I got for him? He doesn't want them? Is there something that he does like? Like for sure that you know? Does he like canned tuna or canned salmon or something like that? Because you could associate one with the other. Also, I guess you can throw on, I know some people, especially for dogs, that throw on certain oils. So you probably could get away with getting like a little fish oil or something and throwing it on there and seeing if that ups it, you know. I have done that with dogs before and it worked quite well. He only likes whipped cream? Well, there you go. They have whipped cream flavored supplements. Maybe that's the only only way to make it work. No focus. No focus allowed. They're all fish or chicken. Well, shit. Now, Virgil's the one that actually needs them. Oh, Barney's just trying to be a good boy. Okay, that's good. Huh? Fucking zaw. Just want to see what kind of behavior I'll be looking at with this. These need to flip over this way. Just down and behind. Like so. Needs to be more. Okay. That is not good. There we go. Sneak that back in there. Okay. Alright, let's see if this works. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of tight and it's going to require some flexing, which sucks. And it does. Fuck. Nope, never mind. I was wrong. I just had it in there in the wrong, a strange orientation. Thank God. Okay, what's your hang up, bastard? Cool. If I go from bottom to top, it's totally fine. And these guys are still nice and glued together. Just checking my corners and my sides. It all looks to be situation normal. Hell yeah, dude. Right. I'm going to let this just sit here, and specifically let this this back here dry. I wanted it to have all of the stuff on back because these two things do contact these, and if it's got to dry in a position, I want it to be in its resting position, which is this. So that was my thought on that, because I know my thoughts are fascinating. No, they're not. Okay, before this stream ends, the whole thing is coming together. Hell, I might even throw in 2 of the blades. But this needs to set. This needs to just chill. So you guys can sit on the blade for a sec and watch it for me. Make sure it doesn't misbehave or anything. Here, what's a good angle? What angle do you guys like? That one's kind of dumb. Oh, that one's not bad. A little sideways and backward. Gotta frame it up. There. All right, I'm gonna grab some water while this is doing its thing. Because this is old gross water. You know, I'll be right back. Nice try. Hi. Head, leg. That needs to stick around. Arm. The order in which I want to put this together. Whew, doggy. Hot damn. Still not even done with this deal yet. It's certainly a position where you could be done with it, but I am not done with it. By far the most work I have ever put into a model, but also by far the most pleased I've ever been with the model. So hey, I guess that works, right? It's proportional. That would be cognitive dissonance at work. The more you pay, the more you likes. It's one of my previous professors used to say. That's good. The goal is kind of muted by this caution thing, but it's still all right. It should look dirty. Those are big vents. There we go. Give you a little shiny view. Is all he'll eat? I mean, all you could trick him with is that like whipping cream, because you could always do that. I guess, see if it works. Maybe he just, spit the stuff he didn't want out, but he needs the supplement because his itches and allergies and stuff. Make sure about this. good. H, go away. Just about time for final assemblage. Well, not final. I keep having to correct myself. It's like, no, it's not done. Okay. I think we can do this to this. Back on you go, my little chest bursters. Boop. All right. First, this part. I'm very choosy about what I'm grabbing onto as I'm connecting this rather large ball and socket together. This is going to be awkward. Oh, I can grab here. Never mind. Should be fine. Give me a little spin as I go. Come on. Did you seat? I feel like you seat. I'm not sure that you seat. Yeah. Any more and I'm gonna lose leverage and or break a piece. No, I feel like that's gotta go lower. How can I do this without damaging something? I don't want to press on that too much. Oop. I do this and not hurt anything. Got it. Oh, that was terrifying. That shit ain't coming off. I don't care what I have to do. That is never coming off now. That's fine. These things are allowed to fall off all they want for the moment. But right now I do want it to stay together, so slip your little dumbass back in there. There you go. Okay. I can actually look in here and see if it is. God, this concrete, cement. It's not concrete, it's cement. It's good shit. I mean, it's already like, I ain't going anywhere, brah. That's a good looking piece, right? All right, now that we got this circumstance, I'm now going to put the head in. I'm probably not going to put it all the way in, so don't get excited. Yeah, that was on purpose. That was all purposefully double entendre. Just so you can see, head is not done at all, but now you can kind of see the final form. Cool, almost done. Next part that I like to put on, it depends on the model. Sometimes I like to do arms, sometimes I like to do legs. In this case, the arms are a bit more fragile. And where's the, I think I have to pull this out. Yep, there it is. Okay. I just wanted to see where the connection is. Do you guys want to see this with a blade? We can do a blade. We'll do the right arm with the blade. Which blade? Do you want to see the whip sword version or the in process sword or the together sword? Which do you think? What would you like to see? Try to get you a better light. These come across really gray because I've got them metaled up and the camera doesn't like that. Any thoughts? Kind of feeling like doing this just a regular sword, honestly. We do regular sword. I believe I need to do this. Yes? Can't see it. I'll try to move this up so it's not completely weird looking. Okay, that's what the blade on the arm looks like. You'd want to use the regular fist one, not this open hand one, but that's all right. And if I wanted to make this permanent, I'd probably have to do a little bit better job getting in there and seating it. But I'm not going to worry about that now. Okay, counter pressure on the other side. And what do I want to press against? Probably this guy. Right here, just gently. Gentle, gentle, gentle. All the way in. Go. Okay. There's one arm. I'm going to move this out a bit so I can get legs in there. And let's get the other arm. Okay. Same deal. And it's leggy time. That turned out really well. The shin part stuck together real good. This is kind of scary because of the way this armor is set up. Maybe if I can squeeze in here like this. Yeah, that worked great. There's one. And one more. Don't really have a good place to get leverage. Shit. Just, come on, get in there. Is there a gap? All right. No gap. Okay. Yeah. Let me just pose this up a little bit. Get things going. Make it look a little bit more humanistic. Humanoid, maybe, better way to put it. When it comes to posing, what I like to do is I always first start with a firmly planted and seated and as symmetrical as possible model, and then I go from there. So I like grab the pelvis and rotate it around like so, while holding everything else down. It starts to let me tease together a position that I want to maintain. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Stop. Do that. And I do a little wiggle, and it's like it settles itself to where I want it to be. Okay. From the side, like everything else that's natural, there's almost always a little tiny bend in the knee. So if I can do that, I want to. Not a bunch, just a little. Like so. A little bit of bend in the knee. So I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, it's kind of weird to do this with the camera. I've never done posing on camera. This is sort of new to me. Get everything sort of lined up. You do want rotation along the hips, because that's also sort of a human thing. And I got my body starting to tweak a little bit here, so press down and rotate. Sorry, I'm getting too close for you guys. There you go. All right, next thing, hips bend forward. We move our bodies away from our butts. So I want to do that. I'm just trying to hold it down and give it a little bit of rotation forward. Not a tremendous amount, just a little bit. Okay. Arms. Arms are never straight up and down. There's almost always a little bit of curve in the elbow. So I'm just starting with a neutral pose here. And of course, I would absolutely not use these hands. I might use this one, just keep this one here if he's just relaxing it. I don't like the fact that open thingy, you know. I don't know if I like that. I'm probably going to use just regular fists. It doesn't seem to make sense here on Gipsy. Sure, little dealios are okay. And then if there's a weapon and I'm able to, I like to give it somewhat of a different expression than the other arm, no matter what I'm doing. That's a bit much. Ooh, I don't want to move the hand. Don't move the hand. An inward deal might look better. Go out a little bit. Another thing that I try to do when I'm doing any kind of posing is find the counterbalance to things. It's a bit much. See, the thumbs make it look a little bit weird, but there's a fairly basic, a little bit more alive than just being a statue Gipsy Danger pose. Okay. All right. There we go. Gipsy Danger. That help at all? Probably not. I cameraman it with my chest. It's a lot sturdier than I'm making it look. I'm just being really specific while I'm just trying to get into a pose. And I'll probably do some light box stuff with this at some point too. But guys, this is the first time I've actually seen it all put together in this way with the hands and everything. So you're right here with me as it happens. I can't see chat right now because I'm covering it up with my styrofoam. Sorry. Okay, so what I can do now is, I am happy with how Gipsy's turned out. This red, really, it does read red, but it's still on the orange side. I don't know if I mind that. I just don't want, not that I have any problem with the Denver Broncos or anything, but it's more like, oh, did you make that Denver Broncos theme because you like the Broncos or something? No, that's just, that's what the thing came with. Let me, we're going to do some flashlight time because I learned via Colette that is a good thing. And if I had enough, that's so cool. God, there's shit going on here you can't see. Sorry, I got distracted. That is so fucking cool. Wow. You can't see. The turquoise sparkly shit really goes nuts with this flashlight. What I was saying is I drag you out to the sun. But this is doing a pretty good job. If you were to look up a picture of Gipsy Danger right now, I'm in your way as I'm trying to do flashlight stuff, this would be fairly close to the blue. A lot shinier. Again, I was going for a Gipsy Danger's been made with love and with care and with super hyper futuristic armor pieces and shit. This is what Gipsy would look like right out, for the most part, right out of the factory. And I'm still going to rough her up a little bit. Make it look like she's done some stuff. There it is. Gipsy Danger, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along this with me. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're still going to do stuff together with Gipsy. But, man, didn't really expect to do this this last couple of weeks. I'm glad we did, though. She turned out really good. I am completely happy with the color, and I learned a shit ton in this process. I really did. So many world firsts for Dr. Crotron on this one, as in world first for me, right? So my first. The paint, absolutely brand new process for me. I'd never done the paint planning the way that we did it together, which is basically we just took a cue from the nail polish people. I learned a lot from you nail polish people, honestly. Nail art people, I should say. And one of the things was essentially swatching things out, and Colette's got her notebook that she uses to try to figure out what she wants to do. I just did the same thing on spoons. So you may remember back several months, well, more than about a year ago, we got together and just did a shit ton of planning on, if I can grab them. Oh God, there's a lot of them. Oh, okay, I'm grabbing more shit that I need. Using spoons, right? Some of this stuff is my metal testing, which is also kind of pretty. But let me get the metallics out. Metal. All right, yeah. So, still got some more metals for you. Are you numbered? Or not? Plate silver. Okay, it's the plate silver. All right, yeah. So this is how Gipsy Danger started in terms of the armor color. Sorry, guys. Just gotta try to line these up. Still might have some metals in here at this point. Who cares? But we went through all of those, right? Like systematically went through so many combinations of blues. I can already see that one right here. So it worked out. This was the winner. The one that I've got exposed right now is exactly, it looks like Gipsy Danger. I had never done that before. It always been just kind of, hey, that color looks like it'll work, just throw it on there and figure it out. So this testing process was extremely valuable to me. Highly recommend for everybody. Might not be easy to spray paint in a notebook or something. Certainly is on spoons, and I like the spoons because they're made of plastic, which means I'm going to get the same or similar aspects going on here that I would on the model because it's made of plastic, right? Here is, in fact, the notes that we did, right, to figure out what we wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be black primer then chrome. We didn't, and each one of these, I don't know if you can see here, each one of these has a number from 1 to 20, I believe. And each one of these was the decision tree path that we followed, right? It's pretty cool. And again, yeah, I would not have thought to do this in this way if it weren't for you guys talking about swatches and Colette doing her journal, like her nail art journal. I basically put those two together and found a thing that works really well for me in terms of modeling. Not only that, but I now have all these references right here. And with this piece of paper, I'm able to tell if, like, for whatever reason, I really like this blue for something right here. I've got now this thing. This is number 19, so for number 19, where'd you go? Is that number 19? Yes. I think it was on the back. Yeah, so for number 19, I've got the recipe for that here. That was a gray primer instead of a black primer, right? And we went to gray primer, to straight blue, to deep gloss blue. Easy, right? That's kind of cool. I would probably want to think of a way of cataloging it a little bit better somehow, but it works great. I want to bring that up in case anybody happens to be a model maker who's viewing right now and share a thing that worked very well for me when planning a color. And I couldn't be happier with the color. I honestly couldn't. Like, it's just it's perfect. Perfect. I'm happy with the finish, I'm happy with the fleck, I'm happy with the tone, I'm happy with the translucency, I'm happy with the reflection. Happy, happy, happy. And I hope Mrs. Dr. Crotron will also be happy because this model is for her, after all. Put my precious swatches back. Is there a book for spoons? Has that been made yet? Is that a thing? What else did we do on this that I'd never done before? A lot of the paint techniques that I actually used were pretty new. Some of the masking I used was definitely new. like for getting this gold piece. That was terrifying. I can tell you, I experienced emergencies that I'd never experienced before, and well, no, let me restate that. I've experienced emergencies in this build that I have experienced before, but this is the first time I successfully repaired them. That was tremendous for my self-esteem more than anything else. But you know, we started the stream talking about this little tiny decal that came off in the sticker. That was a big boo-boo. This ring here, huge boo-boo. I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, there's really only one thing that's really off, and that's this little tiny decal, and it's not completely screwed over. You can still see that there's something there, right? So from a distance, you're probably going to register that. I think that was part of it too. That was one of the things that I'm really happy about this build is I was able to push skills that failed on me previously, and they either worked, or when they failed, I figured out a good way to actually solve the problem. So much of this stuff is solve the problem. It really is, you know, like you just got to know how to solve the problem, and if you got that, you are good to go. Just checking things out here. I want to shine flashlight one more time so you can see those hips, because I'm happy about these now too. I was not previously. It just looked plasticky. Now those look like solid pieces. They look like full fused together, fully formed, machined, and cast, you know, metal pieces. Very happy about that. Love it. There's a very good chance I'm probably not going to be putting this in a safe place like a box while I wait for the other stuff. I'm probably just going to sit there and stare at it for a while. Guys, she's pretty. I'll put her down here. You can get a different aspect, different kind of color tones and things like that this way sometimes. Go. Give her the rotation a little bit. So, what do you guys think? Go ahead and tell me in the comments, and don't forget to smash that like button, and also hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notified whenever I go live, then you can go ahead and hit that bell button for blah 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 blah. That was my outro. You guys like it? Good outro? I'm out of frame. Oh yeah, look at that. I love how it reads navy, but it also does not. It also reads straight blue, and you can also see on the shins there, it also reads turquoise. Depending on what angle I am doing things. In real life, it's got a lot more grain to the blue. One last thing I want to check out with you guys is just try to get up close and personal a little bit, so maybe you can see some detail. Here, let me grab more flashlight. If it'll focus, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Just give you a detail. It's doing a pretty good job there. Let me turn it around really quick. There we go. See the hydraulics there. There's a little tiny writing on it. There's the hand. There's the mistake that makes me sad, but I can totally live with. What else is cool down here? I'm really happy. Oh, you can see. Oh, there it is. There's the dyno mode right there. Painted dyno needs this sparkles in her life. I'm trying to get it to behave. You can see it through the haze at least. Come on, focus. Foot's also turned out all right, I think. Bottom's going to get a little bit more attention, but not much different from what it looks like now. There you have it. Oh, hi, Colette. Guess what we just got done doing? Maybe you were lurking. I know sometimes you're doing your lurk. And there she is. Almost done. as done as I can make it without getting electronics involved, which is going to happen. I like her. We just got done also talking about how you and the nail art crew inspired me for, you know, you were part of the stream. You were in the stream. Look at this. You were viewing this stream. There we go. But putting this together and making all the swatches and then arriving at this armor color and layering. Yeah, man. So thanks for that. All right. With that, I'm pretty much done. So I'm probably going to take the sword off, and she's going to be able to sit. She's going to sit there right next to me by my computer, so I can stare at her for a while. And eventually, what's going to happen is I will have LEDs, a little LED kit. I upgraded my soldering iron because my old one was kind of shit. So I spent, you know, $40 and got an upgrade. We're gonna have to do some of that shit. I'm gonna have to engineer and think about how I want to get wiring up through her head and to make sure that that's all taken care of in terms of the turbine. And I still need to wait for the yellow and the red clear so that we can take care of the turbine as well as her visor. Might do just an orangey thing on her visor. And then that wraps her up. Oh, and then of course I am going to be doing some slight dry brushing of some metallics, I think. Before I do that, I'm just going to ask Mrs. Dr. Crotron whether she likes Gipsy like this or if she wants me to take her all the way to some light weathering. It makes more sense actually for me to do some light weathering because I already started that on the decals. But yeah, that's the general plan. I don't know when any of that's going to happen. It will happen. When I do the LED stuff and I got my shit together enough to know basically what I'm doing, we're going to do that together on stream. I've got everything I need to do for the most part, other than the electronic components themselves, to do it. And it's going to be an upgrade from what the kit came with, which was really kind of shitty and weak. So yeah, there is that on that. And I thank you all very much for joining me throughout this entire process, especially for those who have been part of this process since last year, because that's how long it's taken for me to get to finishing this model. So you guys made it a lot more interesting, a lot more fun. I really appreciated the fact that I could have some folks to get feedback from and talk to about things. And also, it sounds like people have enjoyed these streams as just sort of backgroundy, ASMR-y stream, which was great. I actually felt a lot less pressure. Like I could just walk away and be fine with that, which sometimes you have to do when you're making shit. Sometimes you have to walk away from it and let it just sit there for a sec. So, quality takes time. I hear that is true, and in this circumstance, I don't know how I could be happier with this model, other than maybe figuring out some light weathering and doing a little bit of a nasty wash on her. A little bit of Starship filth here and there. But yeah. All right, guys. Being that I'm in my garage again, you're right there, and that's my computer, and it's kind of difficult for me with the setup that I have to figure out who to raid. So I don't think, no, I'd have to log in and all that shit. So I'm probably just going to leave it here. Thanks again so much for joining me, guys. When I get the LED stuff, I will announce on my Discord a plan for getting that put together on stream. And if we do any weathering, I don't need my full workbench setup to do that. It's non-toxic and shit, so we'll do that on the old setup where I've got the big super high res-ish, better res than this camera. And we'll do that. All right. So for the meantime, I will send you away with, first of all, giving you an Inception computer. Here, let me get in there so you can. Yeah. What? That come with super lasers, not functional ones, but yes. Super laser. I'm not going to use these though. Anyway, all right. I will put on the changing battery music because that's sort of my thing now for ending these streams. And that's it. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Thanks, everybody.